Hi there guys, it's Adam Martin here and welcome to my Big Finish collection video. This is one I've been trying to prep for a long time, but as you can see from this footage going down the shelves, I have managed to accumulate a lot of Big Finish releases over the past few years. But I thought, being a Doctor Who channel here, one thing Doctor Who channels like to do is collection videos. You've already seen one of my DVD and Blu-ray collection for Doctor Who, also one of my figures and stuff like that. So why not one for Big Finish? So I've got all sorts, the monthly range, various box sets for different Doctors, ton of spin-offs, all that sort of stuff spread across several shelves here in my little Doctor Who corner of this room. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take you through all of my Big Finish collection here today, and hopefully you'll enjoy what you see. So this is going to be the first part of this collection series because there's so much, I'm not sure I can fit it all into one video. Maybe one day, but for now, let's split it up. So we'll start with the main shelf here and the monthly range of releases. So the monthly range was basically what got Big Finish started with its Doctor Who releases and remained its bread and butter for several years, like over 20 years. So we're kicking off with release number 1, The Sirens of Time. We've got Phantasmagoria, Whispers of Terror, The Land of the Dead, The Fearmonger, The Marian Conspiracy, which introduced Evelyn as the Sixth Doctor's companion. They're a great team as well. The Genocide Machine, which was the first release for Big Finish to feature the Daleks, and also is the start of the what is loosely termed as the Dalek Empire quadrilogy in the main range. We have Red Dawn, The Spectre of Lanyon Moor, which sees the Sixth Doctor finally meet up with the Brigadier, although he did do that in Dimensions in Time, which of course is canon. Winter for the Adept, The Apocalypse Element, which is part 2 of the Dalek Empire quadrilogy, The Fires of Vulcan, The Shadow of the Scourge, which dips into the Virgin New Adventures style of storytelling with Beneath Summerfield as well. The Holy Terror, considered to be one of the very best Doctor Who Big Finish releases, and it's a cracking story as well. The Mutant Phase, which is part 3 of the Dalek Empire quadrilogy. Then the 8th Doctor finally joins the range in 2001 with release number 16, which is Storm Warning, which introduces Charlie Pollard as his companion. Again, they're a great team, and it's a great introductory story for Paul McGann to Big Finish. Then we have Sword of Orion, The Stones of Venice, and Minuet in Hell sort of finishes off the first quote-unquote season for the 8th Doctor, which sees him meet the Brigadier. A very interesting, bizarre story, but I'd still say worth a listen, absolutely. Lou Garou, Dust Breeding, Bloodtide, Project Twilight, The Eye of the Scorpion, Colditz, which is one of the darker stories, I'd say, also features a much younger David Tennant, so absolutely recommend listening to this. It also introduces the character of Klein, which you'll see pop up, and Klein is one of the more interesting Big Finish characters. Really love Klein and her performance, so yeah, check out Colditz. You have Primeval, The One Doctor, Invaders from Mars, The Chimes of Midnight, again considered to be one of the very best, and it is a great story. Seasons of Fear, Embrace the Darkness, The Time of the Daleks, which is the part 4 of the loose Dalek Empire quadrilogy there. Neverland, Spare Parts, again like Chimes and the Holy Terror, considered to be one of the very best of 5th Doctor, and it's a story featuring the Cybermen. Ish, The Rapture, which is one of my personal favourites because it basically sees the 7th Doctor and Ace in like a Ibiza-style, setting with lots of trance and dance music, so that's a big win from me. The Sandman, The Church and the Crown, Bang Bang a Boom, which is Doctor Who does Eurovision, and it's glorious. Jubilee, again, considered to be one of the very best, and the loose inspiration for Dalek from Series 1 of the Revival era. Necromantia, The Dark Flame, Doctor Who and the Pirates. If you want to hear Colin Baker sing as the Doctor, then you need to listen to this. Creatures of Beauty, Project Lazarus, Flip Flop, a very interesting release. Does it quite work? I'll let you be the judge when you listen to it. Omega, Davros, which is excellent, and Master, which is also excellent, a loose little villain trilogy there. And then Zagreus, which is the 50th release, features all 4 Doctors in some capacity, and boy is it an epic. There is quite a lot to listen to, or at least a few bits and pieces to listen to before you get to Zagreus, so maybe do your research before you check out that one. Don't go into it first. The Wormery, Scherzo, which is like the start of the Divergent arc, as people call it, and again, really excellent story, great for audio. This arc continues with the Creed of the Crowman, The Natural History of Fear, The Twilight Kingdom, then you have the Axis of Insanity, Arrangements for War, The Harvest, which introduces Hex with the 7th Doctor, and again, another fantastic Big Finish created character. The Roof of the World, medicinal purposes, Faith Stealer, The Last, Kea Droya, The Next Life, which features Don Warrington in this, and I just love Don Warrington as an actor, so again sort of rounds off or begins to round off the Divergent arc. The Juggernauts, The Game, Dreamtime, Catch 1782, Three's a Crowd, Unregenerate, The Council of Nicaea, Terra Firma, Thicker Than Water, Live 34, an excellent concept story with the 7th Doctor, Ace and Hex, Scaredy Cat, Singularity, Other Lives, Peer Pressure, Night Thoughts, Time Works, The Kingmaker, The Settling, Something Inside, The Nowhere Place, Red, The Reaping, The Gathering, Memory Lane, No Man's Land, Year of the Pig, Circular Time, Nocturne, Renaissance of the Daleks, which you can see the format for the covers has changed and will remain like this for some time, ID, Exotron, Valhalla, The Wishing Beast, Frozen Time, Son of the Dragon, and 100, which you might have guessed is release number 100. Great little package here. Absolution, The Mind's Eye, The Girl Who Never Was, The Bride of Peladon, The Condemned, The Dark Husband, The Haunting of Thomas Brewster, Assassins in the Limelight, The Death Collectors, The Boy That Time Forgot, The Doomwood Curse, Kingdom of Silver, Time Reef, Brotherhood of the Daleks. You have 45, which was timed with the 45th anniversary of the Doctor Who franchise as a whole, The Raincloud Man, The Judgment of Ishkar, which kicks off the Key 2 time series, The Destroyer of Delights, The Chaos Pool, The Magic Mousetrap, Enemy of the Daleks, The Angel of Skutari, The Company of Friends, Patient Zero, Paper Cuts, Blue Forgotten Planet, Castle of Fear, The Eternal Summer, Plague of the Daleks, 1,000 Tiny Wings, which kicks off a Klein trilogy, if you like, Survival of the Fittest, The Architects of History, City of Spires, The Wreck of the Titan, Legend of the Cybermen, Cobwebs, The Whispering Forest, The Cradle of the Snake, Project Destiny, A Death in the Family, really excellent story, Lurkers at Sunlight's Edge, The Demons of Red Lodge, The Crimes of Thomas Brewster, The Feast of Axos, Industrial Evolution, Heroes of Sontar, Kiss of Death, Rat Trap, Robophobia, Recorded Time, which is story number 150 in the monthly range, The Doomsday Quatrain, House of Blue Fire, The Silver Turk, The Witch from the Well, Army of Death, The Curse of Davros, The Fourth Wall, Wirranile, The Emerald Tiger, The Jupiter Conjunction, The Butcher of Brisbane, Protect and Survive, again a really excellent story, thoroughly recommend this one, Black and White, Gods and Monsters, The Burning Prince, The Acheron Pulse, The Shadow Heart, 1001 Nights, The Wrong Doctors, Spaceport Fear, The Seeds of War, Eldrad Must Die, The Lady of Mercia, Prisoners of Fate, Persuasion, again kicking off a new Klein trilogy, Starlight Robbery, Daleks Among Us, 1963, this again is another trilogy around the 50th anniversary of the show. So you have Fanfare for the Common Men with the 5th Doctor, The Space Race with the 6th, and the Assassination Games with the 7th, which reunites him with the Countermeasures team. Afterlife, Antidote to Oblivion, The Brood of Eris, Scavenger, Moonflesh, Tombship, Masquerade, Breaking Bubbles, Revenge of the Swarm, Mask of Tragedy, Signs and Wonders, The Widow's Assassin, Masters of Earth, The Rani Elite, Mistfall, Equilibrium, The Entropy Plague, The Defectors, Last of the Cybermen, The Secret History, which is release number 200. We Are the Daleks, which makes me laugh, but it's an excellent story. Check that one out. The Warehouse, Terror of the Sontarans, Crisscross, Planet of the Rani, Shield of the Jotun, You Are the Doctor, The Waters of Amsterdam, Aquitaine, The Peterloo Massacre, And You Will Obey Me, Vampire of the Mind, The Two Masters, A Life of Crime, Fiesta of the Damned, Maker of Demons, The Memory Bank, Order of the Daleks, Absolute Power, Quicksilver, The Starmen, The Contingency Club, Zoltis, Alien Heart / Dalek Soul, Vortex Ice / Cortex Fire, Shadow Planet / World Apart, The High Price of Parking, The Blood Furnace, The Silurian Candidate, Time in Office, The Behemoth, The Middle, Static, Kingdom of Lies, Ghost Walk, Serpent in the Silver Mask, The Heliax Rift, The Lure of the Nomad, Iron Bright, which sees again another new cover swap using the Jodie Whittaker era of the Doctor Who logo, Hour of the Cybermen, Red Planets, The Dispossessed, The Quantum Possibility Engine, Warlock's Cross, Muse of Fire, The Hunting Ground, Devil in the Mist, Black Thursday, The Chameleon Empire, The Monsters of Gokroth, which is a trilogy starring Mags from The Greatest Show in the Galaxy, The Moons of Vulpana, An Alien Werewolf in London, Memories of a Tyrant, Emissary of the Daleks, Harry Houdini's War, Tartarus, Interstitial / Feast of Fear, Warzone / Conversion, Blood on Santa's Claw, Dark Universe, The Psychic Circus, Subterfuge, Cry of the Vultress, Scorched Earth, The Lovecraft Invasion, Time Apart, Thin Time / Madquake, The Flying Dutchman / Displaced, Shadow of the Daleks 1, Shadow of the Daleks 2, Plight of the Pimpernel, The Grey Man of the Mountain, Colony of Fear, The Blazing Hour, and The End of the Beginning, release number 275 and the final release of the main range. That's right, it was wound down in March of 2021. But I mean, hey, 275 releases over an essential, 21, 22 year period. That is more than impressive. And in case you might be wondering, Adam, how much of this have you actually listened to? Well, I started collecting these on CD back in the summer of 2020, so it's almost been 3 years. And out of 275 stories, I've managed to listen to 138 of the main range. That is literally as halfway, or as close to halfway as you're going to get. So I'm halfway through the main range. Obviously, I touched on some of these as we went, given my thoughts. I didn't want to touch on all of them because then we literally would be here forever. But there are some absolute quality stuff in here, like some of the best Doctor Who media ever, in my opinion. In terms of where you can listen to this, you might be interested to know the first 50 releases of the main range is available to listen to on Spotify. So everything from the Sirens of Time up until Zagreus, you can listen to for free on Spotify. So definitely go over there and check that out, because that's how I listened to a lot of these before I managed to get CD copies of them. Most of the main range now, I think, is out of print on CD, as in Big Finish themselves aren't making new CD copies of them all. I think it's releases number 1 to 200 are no longer in print on CD. So if you want them physically, you're going to have to go secondhand, which might get pricey depending on which ones you're going for. However, they are still available to download from Big Finish, and a lot of the early stuff now is available for as little as £3. When they go on sale, they can drop to as low as £1.50, so it really is worth your money. So you can either get them from Big Finish directly, listen to the first 50 on Spotify, or you can, if you want a CD copy, you'll be looking secondhand for most of them. But do check out Big Finish still, because some of them might still have their CD copies available for purchase. But yes, that is part 1 of this series looking at my Big Finish collection. As mentioned, this was just touching on the main range of releases. It's probably the biggest portion. There is 275 of them, for goodness sake. So join me next time where we're going to explore other parts of the collection. We'll start getting into the box set releases, some of the spin-offs like Gallifrey, Unit, River Song, you name it. We've got a lot of them. And then eventually we'll touch on the other little shelf I have as well. So if you did enjoy this video, please leave a like on it. It really does help us out. Let me know in the comments what you thought of it. And also, let me know in the comments, is there a Big Finish holy grail for you, like a certain release that you're after, etc. Let me know down below. Subscribe to us here at AMTV Who if you're brand new. We'd love to keep the channel growing and have you aboard with us here. But in the meantime, I've been Adam Martin from AMTV Who. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you next time for another trip in the TARDIS.